What is going on, y'all? Welcome to Joel Friday TV. I am Joel Friday. Welcome to the show. A few announcements before we get started. Hit that like button. Smack it. Lay the smack down, the like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we get the subscribers up and the message out. You guys know how it goes. As you guys know, we are live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and punchy.tv, and on any of those platforms that you're watching on. Well, whatever you're doing, even if you're not watching, you can call in at 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773. You could be cleaning the kitchen up, or you can be fixing your car, and you're like, I just want to call JFTV. You can do that at 888-775-3773, and we could talk about whatever you want. It don't matter. We can get into it. If for whatever reason you can't call in, though, but you still have a question or comment, or you just want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV, or go directly to the YouTube live chat, hit the super chat button, send your questions or comments there. I'll read them live on air. All right? I appreciate it. Right on. And in case you forgot, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all those podcast platforms, audio only, if you would like to listen to past shows on those platforms as well. You guys know how it goes. Amazing stuff. Lord, I got some stuff for you guys today. Let's get into it. What are we getting into? We're going to get into some stuff. There was an interview on The Breakfast Club with Laura Trump. We're going to get into some of that. And, we'll kind of go from there. Maybe take some calls and check the super chats. You know how it goes. But first, I was on Instagram. Lord. Hold on, let me pull it up. I was on Instagram here. And I saw this snake. I'm going to just play the clip. And this is from Instagram. The Real Tarzan posted this snake on here. I was like, well, how does snake look like this?
با اینکه بی‌عصبی ولی دوست دارم.
I was like, is that real? Oh, shoot. I was like, what the?
زیبایی لنگه نداری.
How does snake have a long? You get bit by that snake,
بی‌عصبی ولی دوست دارم.
you turn straight to a Democrat. That snake bite, you going straight to hell. That's a Democrat snake.
جیگر طلا این عقیق درسته که زهریه. ولی زهر زیاد خطرناک است.
Oh man.
افسانه سرایی شده. حالا چون شاخ داره هم فکر کنن
What is that?
کشنده است. ولی نه زیاد
It got horns. That's Satan himself. That is Satan himself. I was like, how does a snake have horns? But I played that to say, I'm really making a little joke about the evil snake. That had to have been the snake that was in the garden. Come on, how do you have a snake that have horns? It's probably not a real video, real clip, because just doesn't make no sense. But that gotta be. You think it's real, Bill?
Yeah.
Oh, Bill thinks it's a real snake. I don't know how it has horns, but it gotta be from the original snake from the garden with Adam and Eve.
It's just camouflage.
But it had horns.
It's still just camouflage.
Oh, Bill said it's just camouflage. But I don't know where the horns came from. But that snake right there, can you get on the mic and tell him, Bill, what that is? Or do you don't know what it is exactly?
It's a rattlesnake.
Oh, he just says it's a rattlesnake with horns. That's abnormal to me. But that type of snake, I'm going to tell you, it might have bit the blacks. That snake might have bit the blacks. And I'm making a joke, But the reason why I say that, and the reason why I bring that snake up is because I want to talk about Satan's dirty game. And what he does is he gets people to judge. And oftentimes, when it comes to like the black community, it's oftentimes a lot of defensive. They're always on the defensive, protecting themselves against the racists out in the world, right? And I realized that a lot of black people who grew up amongst other black people, they have this similar mindset, right? They follow these similar rules. Not all of them, but a lot of the community have these same things. And they're on the defensive all the time because they're taught that white people are racist, that people are out to get them, and that they don't get a fair shot in life. They're taught these things, right? These things. But where it comes from is in the mind, right? It's in the mind. And what happens is, Satan uses his tools of deception, right? And they're taught all these things, but what happens is they develop this judgment back at the world, right? From my perspective, this is just my opinion. They develop this judgment back to the world to where now they're judging people for judging them, right? So now they're on the defensive. Now they're attacking back, not realizing that all that stuff has been made up, right? Meaning all the things about blacks or whites are the problems, they're not getting ahead. The white man is a problem, that they have no money. All these things that they've believed in, that they've been taught since little babies in the community, are all just judgments that they've grown up with. And now when they come up against white people, they look at white people as the demons, as the bad people, as the racist, right? Not realizing, and some do realize, but not realizing that now you're just being evil in return. And I have some clips that I want to show some examples of that that I found were very interesting. And I'm not saying that there's no white people who say things that aren't proper, or they look down upon black people, or they take the joke too far with certain language about blacks and stuff like that. I'm not saying that don't exist, but I'm saying that the judgment is the problem. So I was watching, I came across this clip from Breakfast Club. Laura Trump was being interviewed by the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne, DJ Envy, and another new host they have on there. It used to be Angela Yee, but she got her own show now. So it's another young black girl, black woman on there, and I don't know her name. But Laura Trump was on the Breakfast Club, and they were asking her questions. So I have a series of clips that we're gonna do like a pause and play throughout the show here. And we'll just kind of go from there, see how it goes. First one is Laura Trump goes on the Breakfast Club and talks how she met her husband, Eric Trump. Here we go.
Laura Trump, welcome.
Good morning.
How
Thank
you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling great. How are you guys?
Blessed,
Black and highly favored. Good morning.
There you go. Yeah.
Now you're the co-chair of the Republican National
First off, already blessed, black, and highly flavored. What the, Charlemagne?
Committee.
Yes.
Yes.
What does that mean exactly?
What is that?
Well, there's a chairman of the RNC. His name is Michael Whatley, and as co-chair, I work alongside of him, and we're basically in charge of the Republican Party at this point. And I've been in this position since March. It's been a wild ride. This is probably one of the craziest times in politics anyone can remember, and so I'm honored to do it.
Your father-in-law has a lot to do with that.
Well, actually the RNC committee members have to vote you into this position. Now, I did get a call from him back in January one night, and he said, I think you should run for this position. And to be honest, I said, I have 2 young kids. My kids are 5 and 7 now. I have a lot of personal endeavors that, I have underway as well. I said, I don't know if this is the job for me right now, knowing how big this election was going to be, knowing what laid ahead of me. But he convinced me to run for it, and then the committee members at the RNC voted me into this position, and I'm honored to do it.
Let's go back a little bit. Let's find out who Laura Trump is. So
Okay.
you're married to Trump's
I don't know if I necessarily like that idea, but hey, whatever.
son, Eric.
Yes.
Where did you guys meet? And, explain that, break that down so people know your history and where you came from and how you got into politics.
Yeah,
'Cause politics wasn't your thing at first.
No, well, it wasn't anyone's thing with the last name Trump, if we're all honest, for a long time. Eric and I met out one night in Manhattan. I mean, it's like, when does this happen? This is back in the day. I had a Razor phone. I won't tell you how long ago that was. But no, I certainly never had any inclination when I moved to New York that I would ever have the last name Trump. I am not a Trump by birth, and I certainly probably did not have the same upbringing as my husband. I think I probably grew up like a lot of people in America.
That's kind of good because you can get out whenever you want.
Yeah, totally.
Look at that. Look at that. This attack already. He's already on it. He's already talking down to Laura Trump. I don't know if they've ever met, but already saying, well, you could just get out if you want to. You don't have to be with this racist, he didn't say this though, racist Donald Trump. You could just get out when you want to. Like, already attacking the lady in the beginning of the interview, already throwing shots. Here we go.
But it's great. And I moved here. I met Eric out one night. I had no idea that a guy named Eric Trump even existed, but you guys probably saw when I walked in. I'm a tall drink of water. And when I have heels on, I'm like 6'2".
Oh, so you walked in pumping.
Yeah.
And he was like, who that?
Yeah, well, I saw across the room. I was like, well, who's that guy who's taller than I am with my heels on? I said, this could work out. And little did I know, here we are. Gosh, 16
So all you
years
look for is
later.
height?
Charlamagne going and look, throwing shots.
That's all it takes?
That's what drew me in, Charlamagne. But it takes a little more than that. And to be honest with you, when I found out who he was, I said, well, I think I'll go out on a date with this guy, and I'll probably just have a story to tell, because you have in your mind what someone with the last name Trump would be like.
So he's going to be an a-hole.
Right. Like, I mean, to be honest with you. And we went out to dinner, and we did not order food for 4 hours because we had such good conversation going. He was so down to earth. He was, I mean, honestly, I hate to use the word normal, but he was normal and like anyone else I'd ever met. And I was so impressed with all the things he said to me, and our conversation was great. And that's what really drew me in, and that's what it took for me.
Hold on, I got one question. Well, why give the asshole the chance? Like, if you said to yourself, his last name is Trump, I thought he was an asshole, why would that make you want to go on a date with him?
I mean,
already, right at the gate. Why go on a date with him if you know he's a quote unquote A? Why go on a date with him? Charlamagne don't care. All Charlamagne is doing is exactly what we're talking about. He is judging the situation, judging Donald Trump, judging Eric Trump, judging, and he's already saying, "Why would you date a Trump? Why would you?" And thinking that he's gonna this white lady is gonna come in and he's gonna give her a piece of his mind, not even realize he's judging, just judging her, and it's like messy. You're not even having a conversation. And they don't really care about her at all. They don't want to get to the bottom of it. They just want to go hard on the white Trump girl.
I think my initial knee jerk was, oh, this guy's going to be like, I'm not going to like him. But we communicated, we talked on the phone, and he seemed relatively okay. So I said, all right, let me go see what this is about. And yeah.
So when did
and you worked at Inside Edition too, right?
I sure did.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a background in a communication media degree from NC State. Shout out to the Wolfpack. Not a great football season for us, but I digress. And yeah, so I was a producer with Inside Edition for 5 years until, of course, the famous escalator ride in Trump Tower. And now my life is politics.
How working at Inside Edition as a producer did you not know who he was?
This was before I worked there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I worked at, this is when I was in culinary school.
Got you. What year was that?
This was 2008.
Got you.
Yeah.
What is the test? What is this? A test? Are we here to have a conversation or is this a test? What year was that? What year did you? Like, what do we, like, they don't care. That's the thing, is that they already have their mind made up. They already judging the whole situation. They're not saying this, but they just see her as a white girl, a racist white person. They already have that on their tongue. They already have that. The energy is already there. They already attacked her right out the gate. Talk about, why would you date the jerk? Why would you date the jerk? If you know he's a jerk, why you date him? Because you don't judge Charlamagne. You get to know somebody. You find out the truth. You find out. You get to know people. You just don't judge them. Right? But yet, those will be the same people that will be mad that they're being judged by the quote-unquote racist, the white racist. So it's just delusion. That's Satan's biggest game, is he wants to make you believe that somebody else is your enemy. So now you can be defensive and respond back to them with evil. It's the same stuff. But this was actually an interesting interview. She makes some good points about it. And, you know, I don't necessarily, well, anyway, we'll get to that later. But let's just keep running through the clips and we'll have our commentary on it. But this woman's in there, this white woman in there by herself with, I mean, she can handle herself. She's a grown person. But she's in there by herself amongst these black people who definitely are ready to go. And I respect her going in there and having that conversation. So let's keep it moving. She said some more interesting things here. Charlamagne talks about January 6th and Laura Trump claps back at him. Here we go.
Well, he was friends with everybody. I mean, I think if you look back at Donald Trump's history, you know, he last night we were at the Al Smith dinner and he was right there next to Chuck Schumer, and he said to Chuck Schumer, who's obviously a Democrat senator, he said, I gave Chuck his first check ever when he was running for like assemblyman or something. So yeah,
That's why Chuck was laughing so hard. Remember we asked why Chuck was laughing so hard? Chuck was laughing, boy.
I don't be liking the optics of that. Only reason I say I don't like the optics of that is because when you hear people like Chuck Schumer say things like Trump is a threat to democracy, but then you're sitting next to him yucking it up. Why would you be yucking it up with somebody who you consider a threat to democracy?
Well, you have to ask yourself that question, don't you? Maybe it's all scare tactics. Maybe it's a lot of fear mongering. Charlamagne. What I can tell you is I know Donald Trump. I have known him for 16 years, and Chuck Schumer's known him a lot longer than I have. And I think he knows full well he's not a threat to democracy. And you don't even have to take my word for it. Look at what he did when he was in the White House. Like, there was never any threat to democracy when he was in the White House.
Well, there was
and
an
I would
attempted coup of the country.
Well, that you can argue that a lot of different ways. Peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard is not an attempted coup. What was a coup was when they replaced Joe Biden with Kamala Harris, who was not elected by anyone to run for president. There are 14 million people who voted for Joe Biden to be the nominee for the Democrat Party. And if you want to talk about a real threat to democracy, I would argue that.
That wasn't a coup,
Laura,
though.
did anyone die when that happened, though?
Well, no, not even that.
Well,
she was vice president. So
the only person who died was a woman who was there actually very supportive of Donald Trump on that day.
That's still a life loss. I'm just saying
it's terrible.
The comparison is a bit
We could go down the line of people dying in a lot of different circumstances, and I would argue that list could get very long for the Democrats as well.
Come on. You see, like, it's already lined up. It's not the way they're approaching this interview and these questions. It's already set out to attack the guest. It's not set out to get their point of view. It's not set out to understand their perspective. It's not set up that way. What they're doing is that they have their talking points and the things that they want to say just to try to expose her and to make her Laura Trump to look silly, so they can say, we got another one. We told you we're not these we're smart blacks. That's the whole approach. And I love that she came back and said, cause look, she's just being honest. She said, listen, the lady that died at the thing, and the other black woman on Breakfast Club was like, But a lady died at the thing. But so there's nobody else who has died at any other events that don't have to do with Republicans, that have to do with Democrats. And Laura was like, yeah, there's a list of, you know what I mean? It's like they're just throwing stuff out, right, to try to get her. And she's just standing her ground because she's knowledgeable and she's being honest. Hold on.
YouTube stream went down.
Oh, no.
Copyright, probably.
Okay.
But IG is still up.
IG still up? Okay. YouTube, hold on, y'all. YouTube won't let me play this stuff. Probably copyright reasons. Dang, I had some stuff I was going to get into with that. Dang. Yeah, YouTube won't let me play that. And I don't know if it's YouTube per se or if it has to do with their video copyright. So IG's still up. And let me see if I can. Dang it. Hold on one second, y'all. We're trying to get back up. Trying to get it back going here. Free stream. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back on YouTube. We're just making sure here. Okay, we're up and running. All right, we can't play no more clips there. Man, I had a good one that was about to come up, but it could just be because it's copyright. Lord. But the point I want to make, and then I'll get to some calls, is that it's just defensive. It's just judgment. It's just judgment. And all what's happening is that now the Breakfast Club they don't like Trump. They do not like Trump. They look down on Trump. They talk bad about Trump because they feel that he's mean and insulting. And in the following clip, what they were going to get into is Trump being a racist. They were going to talk about how what do you, Charlamagne asked, what do you have to say to the Haitians and the Hispanics who are insulted by the things he said? And I won't say what she said because I don't want to misquote, her, because, that's messy. But in my opinion, is that like to say that why are your feelings hurt over that? And where was he wrong? He said they're not sending their best. And we don't even have to re-go over that. That happened so long ago, Lord. But it's always about the feelings. It's always about the feel. Well, what do you have to say about the Hispanics and the who felt a certain way about it? What I have to say is that why are you in your feelings? Why are you in your feelings? These people who are coming across the border illegally are breaking the law. And you look at the stats. You look at I don't care about the stats, but you look at the evidence and you hear the stories that not everybody coming across the border is decent. But they're breaking the law to come here. And that's evident, but that doesn't matter to angry people. That doesn't matter to emotional people because they just want, it's just all about themselves. They just want to defend themselves. They just want to attack back because they feel attacked. But Trump is not the enemy. Your own mind, your own heart, the spirit within, Satan is the enemy, right? Because he's setting out to make you believe things that just aren't true. He does that to all people, all of us. So, I respect, it's almost sad that a lady gotta go on, and then I'm gonna get your calls right now. It's almost sad that a lady gotta clap back at Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club. These men. It's sad that a lady gotta go up there and do it because she did it. And instead of a man dealing with them, but these guys are not even, you know what I mean? Like Charlemagne is a mess. And so is the other guy, DJ Envy. These guys are messy people, and then they talk about how messy they are, their lives are, and everything. They're messy people. So you can't take nothing they say seriously. And lastly, you don't want to judge. At the same time, you also don't want to get caught up in judging Charlemagne and the blacks, because at the end of the day, they're just deceived and can't see. And towards the end of that interview, if you watch The Breakfast Club, Laura Trump, you could tell that the things that she was saying, they really didn't have no response to give her, right? And they were almost kind of in some cases agreeing with her because she laid it out so clearly and it was so evident the things that she was saying. And you can't deny the truth. You just can't deny it. So you don't judge. You don't want to judge because they're blind and can't see. But that don't mean that you don't clap back. And that's what she did. And I like that. So I don't know, y'all, but whatever. But I got to be done with that. Man, I had some other stuff I wanted to show you, but we got to end there. It's all right. We'll go to some calls. Shout out with the super chat. Shout out Harmony with the super chat. Says, free Joel. What? I'm in YouTube prison right now. I can't play my clips. Thank you, Harmony. I appreciate it. Free me. Free JFTV. What a mess. Let me go to Andrew, a first-time caller out of Scotland. Andrew, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello there, Joel.
How's it going, Andrew? Oh. Okay, bye, Andrew. It wasn't me. Let me go to John out of Kentucky. John, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, man.
Oh, it's
What's
John.
up? Huh?
It's John. John
from Kentucky.
Black John.
What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about?
Are you black?
Yeah, I'm black.
Oh, I thought you were afraid to call my show because you go up on the other shows and you talk about me. So I thought you were afraid to call my show. I wasn't sure if that was the same
man.
John, but I'm glad you got over the
No.
fear.
Ain't no fear on this side, man.
Okay.
I ain't afraid to call into your little hour show. What it is, when I call you, you do all this rambling and you be like, well, I'm about to get y'all's calls in a second. Then you'll start rambling. It'll go like 15 minutes.
But I thought
Still
you
ain't
said
talking about nothing.
I thought you said you had perfect peace. And if you have perfect peace, don't you got patience too? You can't wait?
Who said I had perfect peace? That don't even exist.
Oh, you don't think it
can't
exists?
name-
Oh, no wonder.
You can't name one person on this earth that has perfect peace. If they do, they're dead in their grave.
So you don't think it's a possibility?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, so that means you ain't never gonna have it then.
I'm about to prove it to you right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you have it?
Nope.
Okay, there you go. 'Cause you,
What
you
does that
can't tell
mean?
me how to get it.
What-
If you ain't
I
got
didn't.
it,
I never said I was trying to teach you how to get it, but you saying
if
that
you
it's
ain't
not
got
possible.
it, you can't teach nobody. If you ain't got it, you can't teach nobody how to get it. That's just y'all's made up religion, man. That's what y'all do on that show. Y'all got this made up cult-like religion, and it is BS, in my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. You're about to say something.
Bogus speech.
Okay,
But look,
go ahead.
well, I was going to ask another question, but it was a question I wanted to ask a long time ago. but I couldn't get on because I had to go back to work. But I just wanted to tell you the show you did about women having plastic surgery and makeup and all that stuff. You said they were the same as transgender. You said it was no different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what the difference is, right?
What's the difference?
Testicles.
I don't get it.
Transgenders have testicles.
Oh, but you don't think that it's the same type of insecurity?
Heck no. Give me a real woman with any kind of modifications over a transgender any day. They ain't nothing the same.
But I'm gonna tell you why there's a lot of similarities there is because both people they believe that the true selves, their natural selves, is not good enough. So they're trying to be somebody else. There's a major insecurity there, and that insecurity will turn on you because it doesn't like self. There's no love. So whether it's a transgender or a woman who's doing all these altercations to her body, they're trying to escape from themselves, which means that they're not happy with themselves. And that unhappiness will turn back on you. So I don't trust either one of them. Wouldn't you agree?
Are you saying you love transgenders?
Yeah, I love transgenders.
Dang, you sound like Hake now.
You don't love transgenders?
Heck no, I don't love no transgender.
So you don't love all people?
Man, I don't go by y'all's religion, bro. That's y'all's religion. Y'all stick,
but why not? Well, why is that?
To that over there?
Why is that wrong to love all people?
Because you can't love someone who wants to do you harm. You know what I mean? You can only love people that you love. Be respectful to everybody, but you don't have to love them. You do not have to love them.
But is there a chance that, okay, we'll use this example. Do you ever do wrong?
What do you consider wrong, man?
But do you ever do things that maybe were a mistake or you wish you wouldn't have done?
Oh, back in the day? Of course.
Right, and
back in my 20s.
Okay. Oh, so you never do, not anymore. You don't do wrong anymore?
No. I have to be an example for my son, so I don't have time to do anything wrong.
But if you don't have perfect peace, because you said it's never unattainable, doesn't that mean that?
Oh my God, perfect peace.
Right, but doesn't that mean if you don't have perfect peace, then you make mistakes?
No. So the mistakes you're talking about, can you give me one example of a mistake?
In general, just something you wish you wouldn't have done. That it would have been better if you didn't.
Not presently, but back in the day, yes. But not presently.
Oh, okay, and would you want your children to judge you for it and resent you for it and not talk to you for it and hate you for it?
For what I did back in the day?
Right.
No, of course not.
Right, exactly. So you would want your children to love you, right?
Because I would want my children to love me for the example I set for them, for who I am right now.
For who you are. But the example, if you're making mistakes, you're not setting an example.
I don't make no mistakes.
But
man.
I'm talking about then. We're just saying hypothetically then when you made mistakes, there's no examples. You're not setting a good example if you're making mistakes, right?
But what are you trying to get to about me loving everybody? That's
because just because you missed the mark or you don't do everything right all the time doesn't mean that you're unworthy of love. That it's more than just things you do or disagreeing with people. That's not why you don't love them. You love all people because God loves you. But I don't know if you believe in God.
Of course I believe in God.
God loves you.
That's not realistic. That's not realistic because God don't love everybody.
God doesn't love everybody?
No, he does not love everybody.
Why not?
You got to read your Bible, Joel. You got to read your Bible. He doesn't love the Edomites, man.
Who are those?
Those are that's the half of you that you wish you was fully.
You
know what that means? That's your white side.
Oh, the Edom. Oh, God doesn't like the whites?
No, he does not.
Oh my God. And you say you love God, so God doesn't love white people.
What color do you think Jesus was?
I don't think that Jesus, I don't care. I don't know what color he was.
because racist white people think he's white, and they worship they worship what they think is white, but they're really worshiping someone of color. I always find that interesting.
Well, why does it matter what color he is, though? Shouldn't it just matter that Jesus was the example to follow?
Yeah, but he was only an example for the Israelites. Read your Bible, Joel.
Right. Okay, so no, that's fair. So if he's an example for the Israelites have no color, right?
Yes, they do have color. Have you ever read your revelations about Christ?
That's racist, John.
I thought you said racism don't exist.
Well, according to your standards, that's racism to what you would believe racism is.
No.
Yeah, because you're making it. God doesn't love whites. That's racist.
No, it's
Israelites
that
are
means
only.
The Bible. That means the Bible's racist. If that's the case.
What? So where do you get this? Where do you get your philosophy and stuff from?
The Bible, the whole complete Bible. I used to be a Christian as well.
Okay.
And I thought that was what I was supposed to be following, but I woke up, man. I woke up from the BS. I woke up from the white power structure teaching us everything, and from a baby on up, like just putting all that false information in our brain that they're more superior to us. I woke up from all that stuff.
Well, I agree with that.
I'll never go back to it.
The people who said that white people were better and all that stuff, that is propaganda.
Mark is one of them.
Well, that's fair enough. I don't agree with all the things that Mark says. He definitely tends to take that extreme approach on white people, and I don't agree with that. And that is propaganda. But I can understand.
He makes Hake show better.
Fair enough. But I can understand that. That white stuff is crazy, but that doesn't mean that now it's okay to say that God doesn't love white people. You don't think that sounds crazy?
No, man, I don't. I really don't.
So
because look,
what's wrong with white people though? What's wrong with white people?
They're the devil, man. They're the most destructive. They're the most destructive people on earth. Every place they go to, they destroy and build up for themselves. They are colonizers. They're conquerors. That's what they do.
John, you are full on delusional. If you believe that, you're full on delusional. No,
name a place they haven't went to, destroyed it, and built it up for themselves.
Are you saying all white people are like this?
No. Just the system, the power structure. The other ones just follow.
But is that power structure? But let's just say, okay, let's entertain the power structure, and then I only got an hour. You're right, and I gotta move to the calls.
I thought you said I was afraid of you, man. I ain't got no fear in me.
Okay,
boy.
That's good. You proved me wrong. You proved me wrong that you're maybe not as scared as I thought.
No, I'm not as scared. But look, Joel, I gotta go, man. I gotta get some stuff done, bro.
All right, go ahead, man. Call me again. We'll get into it. All right, man.
All righty.
Anyway, what the? Let me go to Greg out of Midwest. Greg, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Oh, it's Gregatron. What's good?
What's going on, Gregatron?
Not much. I know you only got 1 hour, so I'll be short.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't benefit any black person to be pro-blackity, black. I can't even address what John said because of your time, but I wanted to talk about the Breakfast Club. All right, so these people hate white people, and they're open about it. They hate Trump.
Yeah.
They're so pro-black, they can't see anything outside of the black scope.
Yeah.
So when Trump makes a mistake, if and when, they're the first to criticize that. Even if he doesn't make a mistake, they hate this man so much, it doesn't even matter, right?
Yeah.
So, but when the Democrats make a mistake, for example, when Joe said, if you don't know if you're going to vote for me or Trump, you ain't black, Charlemagne didn't mind that at all. And when Hillary Clinton says, I keep hot sauce in my purse, And when Kamala changes up her little accent all the time and talks about whatever she said, I make greens in the bathtub and all this stupid stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, it goes right over their head when they do that.
They don't
So
care.
it doesn't matter what. Yeah, they really don't. They just have an agenda. And you have to understand his audience, Charlamagne the God that is, his audience is mostly black. Now, Rick, the truck driver, he talked about the urban radio. That's what he's referring to. That's the mindset of his audience. So he knows the Democrats are jacked up, but he can't support Trump because if he does, his audience will turn on him. So he has to push this blackity black, black, black stuff. And it just doesn't make sense. You know, most of these people on these panels, they're probably millionaires, to be honest, Charlamagne, all these guys. They're not hurting when it comes to food. They're not hurting when it comes to cars and homes. These guys are well paid, but he's on the radio saying, you know, America is this and that, the system, this and that.
They're doing well.
Really, oh my gosh, they're doing more well than me and you put together.
Right.
So all I was saying, it just doesn't matter. They're just going to hate Trump because they have to hate Trump because that's basically how they're getting paid to put that stuff on the urban radio. That's all. He knows the Democrats are a mess, but yeah, that's all I got.
No, you're making a let me get to that though. You're making a good point. I think it's interesting that there is this career that they have now where they do well and they know their lane, and I think that has an element of it. But I think where they justify it is I think that they're really blind. They're really this whole the brainwashed. And the culture, exactly, and that's really where the mess lies. Is the culture? It's not even the people. Yep. It's these fake rules and ways of living that has been set up in the black community that they follow these rules religiously, and they're not even. And they set you up. They actually are working against you, and they all come from hell. They all come from hell.
Yeah.
But then those rules that they live by, that they're growing up on, they're blaming the results of that on white people. But no, it's the community itself that is following those rules and now is being turned on somebody else. So it's just brainwashed, blind, and can't see. It's a mess.
Exactly. That's why I say it doesn't benefit a black to be pro-blackity, black, 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 black. Because if your boss is black, you're gonna assume your boss is racist. If your coworkers are, or if your boss is white, or anybody around you is white, you're already brainwashed. But last thing, he can't support someone like Trump or Republicans because if he does, he'll be seen by his own people as an Uncle Tom, and we can't have that. So he has to go on with this mess. But I know you got more calls, so I'll let you go.
I appreciate it, Gregortron. Call me again, man. Good points.
All right. Yep. See ya.
Amazing stuff. Yeah. It's just blind and can't see. It's blind and can't see. It's brainwashed. But also, some people have intentional brainwashing. They know and they don't care. Right? And there's some people who are like that. They know better, but still they rather not do better. And it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. And that's kind of crazy stuff that John was saying. Oh my God. Crazy stuff. And Gregortron was talking about one last point, and then I'm gonna continue the calls. Is Gregortron was talking about how, they're not even trying to get to the bottom of a conversation in these interviews. They already have an agenda. We don't like Trump. We like Kamala, so they're gonna defend. Or with the whole Tabasco thing, nobody said anything when that former lady running for president brought Tabasco out and saying that she loved, pandering to the blacks. Nobody, they let those things go because they identified with a side. They're not looking at individuals and saying, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. No, they say we're Democrats, so we're going to stand up and stick up for Democrats. And we hate the enemy, which is the other side. And a lot of Republicans do that too. I'm a Republican and I stick up for Republicans, even when I see fishy stuff. But yet, nope, that's okay. That's our side. No, it shouldn't be about, you don't pick a side. You be an individual. You know what I mean? So it's a mess. It's a mess. Let me go to Terry out of Oregon. Terry, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Joel.
How's it going, Terry?
I'm good. I wanted to respond, though. Last week, I sent you a super chat saying that you were valid. And then, I don't know if you were joking, but you said something about how, sometimes I don't agree with you and then we're not friends. But I was agreeing with you that day.
Nice.
So we were friends. But I felt hurt by that because I thought we were friends regardless.
I was probably just joking when I said that. We are friends.
I was like, dang. It's because we disagree doesn't mean we're not friends.
No,
right?
no, you're cool, Terry. We cool.
Okay. That's interesting because what you were playing before I felt like kind of tied into that because they were talking about Trump sitting and joking with Chuck Schumer.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me how friendly people can be and how much they like Donald Trump, but then they turn around and they say these like insane things about him.
No. Exactly.
And I don't know. And he's like so cordial and it's pretty amazing to watch actually how he handles people and how he doesn't like hold that against people.
Right. And he has a higher understanding of what's going on. He knows that people are attacking him. But, Laura, in the clip, Laura was saying how even though they hate him, they still laugh and joke with him because they know that he's not this person that they make him out to be. And it's just wickedness behind the scenes trying to smear and destroy a man because they hate what he represents. So it's a mess.
I know. Well, anyway, I just wanted to clear that up and make sure that,
that we cool.
You knew that we're friends.
No, we're friends, Terry.
Whether we agree or not, we're still going to be friends.
And I respect that you have your own opinion. Not everybody has to agree, and not everybody should even
know what we disagree about.
Pretend to agree. Well, you think I know for sure, and then I got to get to these other calls. I'm running out of time, but you say that a man got to have all kind of money and when I marry him because I need to know that he can handle himself or something. And I'd be like, what the?
I don't know why you make it about some sort of amount of money. It's not about the amount of money. It's about how he handles what he has.
But what if you never knew what he had? Would that be okay?
What do you mean not know what he has? You mean like his bank account?
Right. You didn't know his bank account, but yet you still have food on the table. The bills are paid, and that was it.
So, if we get married, we're going to have joint accounts. What the heck are you talking about?
Nope.
Nope.
See, disagree.
So I'm just telling you this, so you're going to handle everything by yourself. You're not going to give your wife any access to that money. So if a bill needs to get paid, you're going to do it. If groceries need to get paid, you're going to do it. Are you kidding me? You need to have a joint account.
I'm just messing around with that. I would have to figure out that situation when it came about, how to go up. But my point is this is the point I'm just trying to make, is that the ladies get too involved. They stress out oftentimes, maybe not every time, But oftentimes, if his bank account says 0 or their joint account, let's just say, says 0, she's stressing out. When he's not, he may not be stressed. He'd be like, we're fine. We've been taken care of. I'm good. I've been at 0 before. It ain't no big deal. It'll work out. But what she's doing is now she's freaking out. She's stressed out. She's telling her family. She's telling her friends, adding more challenges to the man's plate that he doesn't need to deal with. And she shouldn't worry about that. She should just trust that she has a good man. And if she could trust that she has a good man, then she'll just know that he'll take care of it. She don't need to know if he got zeros in his bank account. Doesn't that make more sense?
Joel, I don't think a woman should run to her family if there's some sort of problem, at least not at first, you know.
Not at first.
So,
what the?
Well, I mean, it depends on what the problem is. Like, is the problem that, you know, is it like a criminal thing? Then maybe you should call your family, you know. But no, like a thing about money and that kind of thing, I don't think you should be contacting your family to complain about your husband.
Okay, well then maybe she doesn't contact the family, but what about you? You're stressing out and you're stressing your husband out.
That's one of the joys of marriage is you get to stress each other out.
See? Disagree. We disagree. But we still friends. We still friends.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think we need more time to hash that out, but yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, Terry. And no, we're still good. We're still cool.
Okay.
And we can agree to disagree. But call me again, Terry. I appreciate it.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Amazing stuff. Dang. I got a couple minutes here. I'm going to try to run through these calls. Let me go to JC out of Arkansas. JC, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello, Joel. I'll try to be as quick as I can. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Last week, I'm sorry, how are you?
All is well, man. How are you?
Okay. I'm okay.
Right
okay,
on.
So last week, there was that one caller that said he only dated like the Candace Owens types. That's the only type of black woman that would accept them. He can't date a Taraji P. Henson type of black woman. A Candace Owens type is the only one that would accept them. Today, that was so weird for John. That's so weird. Like, usually I agree with John from Kentucky on a lot of things, even though he don't like me. But, like, I told y'all that was so weird. Like,
yeah.
White people aren't evil. Mark, black people
there you
aren't
go.
evil. Mark is evil because of himself as his individual human. But no, that was very, like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, be better.
Yeah, I was a little shocked that John said that white people are evil. That was kind of, even though I know that he's into weird stuff, but I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know he blatantly felt like white people are evil.
Right.
In general, like that.
This 2024, like, we love everybody and stuff. I know he don't like me and stuff, and again, I usually respect him, but that was like one time I didn't respect him. So,
well, you should not respect him for that, but just don't have to agree. You know, you don't gotta hate him for it. You know.
No, he's one of the ones I like more from like the caller's perspective, and he don't like me, so that's saying a lot.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm not going to even get started with Terry. My gosh, I love muting her whenever she's on.
Well, skip the other people. Tell me what you have to say.
Okay, I was going to you, Joelle.
Yeah.
Can you go at least 1 week, or since October's almost over, could you go 1 week without talking bad about black people?
I rarely talk about blacks.
You did so much bad mouthing about black people today.
What was wrong?
You were like the Breakfast Club and stuff, which, by the way, her name's Jess Hilarious. She's the one that replaced Angela.
What is it? Jessica?
Jess Hilarious.
Oh,
She's
Jess.
a comedian.
Jess. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But there's so many times where you're just like, oh, the blacks are setting her up to fail and trying to set her up with like gotchas. That's not true. That's not true. She's part of a racist family, and You know, you love.
See,
saying
you're
that.
with
You
them.
love-
Jay-Z, you're with them. That's why you're saying this. You are on the side of the Breakfast Club because you already came out the gate saying, well, it's because she's with the racist family. You're judging them in the same way they are, judging Laura and the family.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to judge Trump.
But
Trump,
that's
I'm going to
evil.
judge.
That's
It's
evil.
not evil. Y'all stop saying things are evil when y'all represent evil all the time. When you represent racist answers all the time. When you don't call out people like Mark, call out people like William, call out all these people.
We
Even
do.
Serge in the chat was agreeing with
We
Sean
do call
saying,
out those people. I denounce all of that stuff. I denounce that evil, but for whatever reason,
BS. And
I
don't
do.
even usually use those words. But no, you first of all, when you were talking about black people again today, that pronoun you use, they're always doing this. It's not they, it's we, because you are seen as a black man.
I'm talking about.
While I'm getting emotional, I got one more question because I know you got to go. That race mixing thing, how do you feel when people say, like, blacks are evil and whites are evil and you are, biracial? How does that affect? Because that they're sort of hurting you. They're attacking you in a sense. So how do you feel?
I don't care because, like, I know myself, and I'm not saying that, things never bother me ever, but I know myself, and I know that I mean well, and I know that what they're saying is insane, and I like who I like. I don't care about the color, and I trust myself. I trust the process of whatever I'm dealing with. So their opinions should not affect me ever. Period.
Okay.
Because forget them. Who are you? You know, but you don't know me. Not you specifically, but I'm just saying people who say that, like, you don't know me. So
I'll say forget them real quick. I'll say that. But all right, I know you got to go. Don't forget Harris Walls 2024.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough, JC. I denounce, but fair enough. I appreciate it, man.
Don't denounce it. Just love yourself a little bit more. Don't vote for Trump. He don't love you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, JC. What a mess. I got to end. Kyle, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kyle and the others. I can't get to you. Not today. I'm back here tomorrow. Lord have mercy. What a mess. Today was a mess. YouTube going down. John talk about all whites are evil. JC getting mad. Lord have mercy. What is going on today? The snake had horns. What a mess. But it's all good. It was fun. I appreciate it. YouTube, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, YouTube. Keep me up. Keep my super chats going and all that stuff. I thought I could play it. I was just trying to speak the truth. But according to, well, I don't know what happened, but forgive me, YouTube. I gotta go, y'all. That was fun. Thanks for the super chats and the buy me a coffees. Let me just double check here, make sure that we're are good. Sion on Buy Me a Coffee says, do you like West African dance moves? I never really learned them. I might know one or two just from being in the little dance scene, but it's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with it. And the Africans, that's where a lot of the dance styles originated from, to be honest, Africa. Right? The groove and the rhythms, a lot of stuff comes from Africa, inspired by. So I think I like it. Anyway, I gotta end, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Until next time, I gotta go. I'll see you on the flip. All right, y'all. Bye.